Tucked away in the Portola district are the last remaining remnants of when this was San Francisco's garden. San Francisco history. These greenhouses were built in 1922. We talking horticulture? We're talking roses in history here. Yeah, we are. Welcome to the Something or Other tour. Welcome to the Something or Other tour. Today we're in San Francisco. These are the historic Portola greenhouses. So the Portola district, or the Portola district as locals call it, the neighborhood is situated between Bayview and the Excelsior. You may have seen these greenhouses in the opening scene of the beautifully shot Last Black Man in San Francisco. Man, this is no joke. This is my buddy Yasu.
How's it going, team?
You're doing some flicks, some flickaroonies. Family by the name of Garibaldi brothers, I believe, built these greenhouses in 1922. They were active until 1990 and they've been abandoned ever since. Yasu pointed these out. There's still some roses here, like the last ones left. A few places you'll see some flowers still growing, not too many though. San Francisco is full of a bunch of different microclimates. So almost any neighborhood you go in, it's got a different climate and different weather patterns. So the Portola district here had sort of the perfect climate. For horticulture, that's growing flowers, they grew produce. For nurseries, they even had cattle out here. So because of that, Portola, or the Portola district, became known as San Francisco's garden. And they grew all sorts of flowers here. The dahlias, which is San Francisco's official flower, all sorts of different roses. The Portola district, with its wonderful climate, was originally inhabited by Ohlone Native Americans. The Ohlone, like all the Native Americans in the area, were forcefully and brutally displaced, pushed out, sometimes slaughtered, and as the pioneers came in, the Portola district was mainly comprised of Maltese and Italian immigrants. And the Garibaldi brothers, they set up shop right here, 1922. Now, a lot of Portola and these nurseries were ran by Italian immigrants, and the Garibaldi brothers were no exception. This is crazy, man. Such cool lighting, such cool area too. Yeah. Nice neighborhood. Walking through these greenhouses is a pretty surreal experience. They're obviously crumbling and abandoned, but in some way you feel the life within them. All the plants that are still growing on their own, the occasional rose bush, bugs and butterflies flying around, birds going crazy in the sky, swooping around the greenhouses, probably eating the bugs. You can almost feel the echoes of the past. The greenhouses are falling apart, but life is still here. Looks like these would open flaps up there if you needed to get more air or whatever. It's connected to a pulley, goes all the way down, and it would open the whole thing. It would open all the flaps. We need a little more air. Let's get these flaps open. It doesn't appear to be working. I'm gonna call maintenance. It's cool though. There's a bunch of sparrows or something just having a ball. It's fun to watch. Hard to catch on camera, but fun to watch. There's a lot of the glass panels that have fallen. Keep accidentally stepping on glass. There's gotta be some flower people watching this. Leave a comment, what's your favorite flower? Cause I don't know. anything about flowers. There's a few I like, but that's it. Some refer to these as the University Mound greenhouses. University Mound is the name of the neighborhood within the Portola district. It was originally called that because they were trying to build a university in the area, which never panned out. So now some of the streets are still named after universities and famous educators. Some years back, a developer bought this whole property, and their plan was to develop it into a bunch of residential units. So after the developer's proposal, a nonprofit called the Friends of 770 Wolsey Street kicked into gear and tried to save this and preserve it as a historical landmark and turn it into a community garden called the Greenhouse Project. They weren't entirely successful, but successful enough for the developer to give them options. So the developer is giving them about a year to come up with the money to purchase the property back from them. But they need about $8 million to make that happen. I don't have that kind of scratch. That's way out of my price range. So the fight continues for the old San Francisco greenhouses, the last of its kind. Back in the day, there was something like 20 nurseries in this neighborhood, and this is the last remaining one. Got the old irrigation pipes up here still. Crazy to think, you know, all the families that this place provided for decades and decades. This was established 99 years ago, so it's almost been 100 years since they built this place. Maybe your parents or your grandparents, if they ever gave a rose, your dad gave your mom a rose, or your grandfather gave your grandmother a rose, it might have came from here. It's pretty cool. San Francisco's garden. Would you look at that, huh? We talking roses?
Talking roses?
Oh, this is amazing.
Hell yeah.
It's so much bigger than I thought.
Yeah, once you're in it, it's huge.
Yeah. It's in here. Hello? All right, welcome to my humble abode. Look at this. Wow. Really like the old shed here. I wish I knew what all the electronics did, if they ran lighting or the irrigation, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe this is for irrigation. These are like water tanks.
Probably.
If anyone out there knows, let me know. I don't know anything about this world.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Definitely shit, man.
Is it a washing machine?
Is it really?
Yeah, I'm gonna wash my clothes real quick. Give me a second. Looks like that tree fell right through. That was about as treacherous as it gets.
Yeah.
Wow. This is pretty cool. It was a son of a gun to get to, but cool nonetheless. Anyone know what this smokestack building would be for at a nursery?
They would dump that thing with like 100 feet down. think this was like a pump of some sort, like a water pump?
Yeah, maybe. It's got a winch on it.
Yeah.
So much history in here, and as a history guy, of course I hope they preserve it in some way. The community garden would be awesome.
I'm sure many people drive or walk past here and just see old dilapidated greenhouses taking up a whole city block. For me, I see decades of families being provided for. All the dates that brought flowers, all the birthdays, all the graduations, all the weddings, and all the funerals that flowers from these greenhouses decorated. Decades of bringing joy to celebrations and smiles to faces. Some may not appreciate it, but this history matters to me.
We'll see in the future what comes of the old Portola greenhouses, the University Mound greenhouses. Almost 100 years ago, the Garibaldi brothers built this, and it's still here. Those are the abandoned greenhouses of San Francisco. Almost 100 years of history here. This is the place that supplied beautiful flowers to the entire Bay Area, the whole region. Weddings and Valentine's Days, birthdays, anniversaries. It's now a residential neighborhood, but this was called San Francisco's Garden. I hope in the future someone finds a way to preserve this. Community garden would be awesome. Restore some of these greenhouses. Make sure you check out our Instagram for contests and giveaways. I'm doing a lot of cool stuff there. Post cool pictures as well. Check out the history playlist. There's a lot of cool stuff just like this, and the abandoned playlist if that's more your thing. Shout out Yasu.
What's going on, team?
You know, thanks for helping me, man.
100%.
Go check our Instagram. We're gonna post some cool pictures that he took. Great photographer.
Hell yeah.
Like, subscribe, share, do all the cool things that cool kids do. Vertlife, something or other tour. Appreciate this history while it's here, okay? What's up, friend? This pigeon wants to be our friend. You wanna join the something or other tour? You're in it. You're famous. Oh, look, got friends now?
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Oh, doing dances?
Yeah.
This pigeon wants to hang out with us so bad. I'm not against it. All right, bro. See you later.